What's going on, guys? My name's Theoatrix, and today I'm going to be speaking about some very interesting old school RuneScape statistics which are from Mod Lottie's Twitter account. Mod Lottie, or Jagex Lottie, is an analytics and data scientist or a game analyst, and basically what she does is she finds certain things in old school RuneScape and finds statistics revolving around them and posts them on her Twitter account, and they are very interesting. Now, before I get into some of the posts, just take note that some of this data may be out of date, but I will be including the date that they were shown, and also some of these statistics are just based on certain periods. Like there's a few of them that are, let's say, December 2016. She got certain statistics from that exact period. Of course, there's going to be quite a few more old school RuneScape players in these months currently, but in December 2016, the number of players wasn't a lot different, so the statistics are still very precise. The first post I would like to talk about is from the 27th of July, which is 2 days ago actually, and Mod Lottie posted the top 10 Inferno completion times, and she says here just 3 users in this top 10, so 3 people have done all of these times. There's probably one person which is just killing the Inferno at the moment. The highest time is 74 minutes and 24 seconds, which is 1 hour and 14 minutes. Now, another somewhat related statistic is the fight cave time. Mod Lottie averaged all of the fight caves times and found that the average time is 1 hour and 30 minutes, which is insanely long in my opinion. But I guess there's a lot of lower level players that do it and they take hours and hours to get through the whole cave. And also this statistic was from the 5th of May 2017, so it's fairly recent. Now, another very interesting post that I found is the number of untrimmed and trimmed skill capes in old school RuneScape. This was posted on the 7th of March this year, so it is somewhat recent, but it is still kind of old. But the thing that I found so interesting here is the lowest number of untrimmed skill capes in the game is not Slayer, it's actually Construction. And the highest untrimmed skill cape is Cooking, and there's 23,000 people with an untrimmed Cooking skill cape. I'm sure a lot of these are going to turn into trimmed ones very soon, since a lot of people get Cooking as their first 99. It's also really interesting to note here that Mining has the least number of trimmed skill capes in the game, having only 2.9 thousand of them. But if you were to add the total skill capes, there is actually the least in Construction, even compared to Runecrafting, which is really weird. Alright, so now we're going to talk about some pet dry streaks, which basically means the length of time or the amount of gambles or the clues or the kills dry of getting a pet. And Mod Lottie really often posts the longest streaks of not getting a pet. This post was made on July 24, so very recently, and these are some of the more recent pets and some of the more obscure pets, and it shows the longest dry streaks for each of these. Now for the Penance Queen, it's actually a 1 in 1,000 drop from high level gambles, and this person at the top has done 2,800 and has not gotten a pet. Now this one's quite surprising. The top one is 1,246 for a Bloodhound, and the Bloodhound drop rate from a Master Clue Scroll is 1 in 1,000. So all of these other dry streaks here actually aren't unlucky at all, but the top one is pretty unlucky. Now we have the Skatizo pet, or Skodos, and the drop rate for Skodos is 1 in 65, so these people up here are very unlucky for not getting the pet yet. And then finally for the Zuck pet, or the Nibbler pet, there really isn't that many massive streaks in the Inferno as of yet, but in the future I'm sure that will change. But the highest one is 73 and they have not got the pet yet, but the drop rate is 1 in 100. So none of these people are really overly unlucky just yet. Now, by the way, guys, before I continue, I'm going to link every single one of these tweets in the description below. You can check them out. And be sure to follow Mod Lottie as well if you want to keep up to date on some rune stats. Now these ones here are the top 10 dry streaks for bossing pets, and this was posted on the 19th of May 2017, so it's pretty recent still. Now probably the most depressing one here has to be Zulrah. Someone has not got the pet after 24,000 kills at Zulrah. Now the final pets to talk about are the skilling pets, and these ones were posted on the 16th of March this year, so they're slightly outdated, but still, it's very interesting to have a look at some of these. Worst one by a long shot here is the woodcutting beaver pet, and someone has 144 million woodcutting XP and has not received the pet. Actually, all of these are pretty ridiculous. I guess these mining ones aren't as bad, but I believe that the drop rate for the mining pet is slightly easier to get. But fishing, apparently the heron is probably one of the most common pets to get in the game, and 130 mil XP, and they still haven't got one. Mod Lottie often goes through certain things in the game which takes your money, such as the Alcarid Gate or charter ships, but this time, Mod Lottie went through the people that have spent 5 mil on changing the Edgeville respawn point. A total of 197.8 billion coins has been spent on changing the Edgeville respawn point. Personally, I've never done this before, but it seems that a lot of people do it. This was posted on the 19th of July, by the way, so about 2 weeks ago, so that's very, very recent. So basically, a total of 39,560 people have actually changed their spawn point to Edgeville. I didn't think that many people would actually change their spawn point, so that's pretty insane. Now, this one is 3 months after Hardcore Ironman was released, so the 10th of February. Obviously, this is quite out of date. But it's just really, really cool to see where the Hardcore Ironman deaths have occurred. So if we have a look, there is a lot of them in the Ardoyan market. I'm guessing they were thieving and got killed by something. There's also a lot at the Wintertodt, and quite a few in the wilderness, which is surprising. I would never go there on my Hardcore Ironman. But yeah, I highly recommend checking this one out. The link, of course, is in the description. It's really interesting to have a look at some of these. Now, this one is awesome. It was posted on the 27th of January 2017. It may seem outdated since it's so long ago, but it was one that was in the past 30 days. So basically, she got all of the money that was spent on Barrows items in the month of January this year, and a total of 11.2 bill was spent repairing Barrows item. She broke it down a little bit here. She says 257 mil was spent by regular Ironman, 15 by Ultimate, and 2 by Hardcore. So quite obviously the majority of money spent on repairing Barrows was by regular players, and the most commonly repaired item was the Darroch's helm. And I'm guessing that comes from a range of things like Nightmare Zone and PKing and killing the giant mole. So it turns out that Darroch is actually probably the most used Barrows set. Here's a post of the lowest values of old school clue rewards in the past year. This was posted about 1 month ago, so that means that it went from June 2016 to June 2017, and it says here that the lowest valued clue was 13 coins. Moving along, the medium is 311 coins, hard is 1k, elite is 5k, and then the master says 27k here, but if I go over here, she made a second post here saying that this was the actual lowest valued master clue. She didn't give the value, but you can see that these items are worth nothing. Now, this was posted in May of this year, so this one's pretty recent, and it was the top 20 frog token holders in the game. And the number one is holding 844 frog tokens in his bank, and that is a major lead in front of rank 2 and all the others. It's weird he hasn't spent them on anything, but I'm guessing he's just getting a massive collection going. Now, this post goes through the top items that have been dropped onto the ground in old school, and this was posted on the 19th of January this year, and it was for the past 30 days. So that means it would have gone from the 19th of December 2016 all the way through to the 19th of January 2017, and the number one item that was dropped was Leaping Trout from Barbarian Fishing. Now, you'd expect Leaping Salmon to be next, but Raw Trout is actually another very highly dropped one. I'm guessing this one is mainly for the free-to-play fishers. Iron Ore also has a lot that has been dropped, and these, I'm guessing, are from power miners, and Empty Vials were dropped, 31 million of them. But I'm guessing that statistic will be a lot different now because they've introduced the automatic vial breaking. So that's probably nowhere near the top anymore. Now, here we have a post a bit older than the other ones on the 28th of November of last year. And this one goes to show how much money was staked at the Jewel Arena in the past week. So that would have been from the 21st to the 28th of November. And a total of 1,149,000,000 platinum tokens was staked. And to put that into perspective, that is 1.14 trillion GP worth. And then the next statistic, 4.1 trillion GP was staked at the Jewel Arena. A total of almost 5.5 trillion has been staked in just 1 week. Now here's another post. We have the top 10 in-game times in old school RuneScape. Obviously, this doesn't mean like 1 session game time. It means how long they've played in-game. And the number 1 person in old school RuneScape as of March 31 is 2 years, 126 days of just non-stop RuneScape. I've calculated that this person here, if they started playing old school RuneScape on the day of release of the game, it means they would have played 13.5 hours every single day leading up to the 31st of March. 13.5 hours. That's more than half a day every single day playing RuneScape. Of course, I'm guessing this person must have been splashing or doing Guthans at Nightmare Zone or something like that, because that is just unreal amounts of playing. She also said, on a side note, one of these guys isn't 227 total or max total yet, so one of these people here is not maxed with that much game time. Now, the final Rune Stats post that I would like to go through is this one here. If you guys remember, before the release of the Inferno, there were tournament worlds, and on those tournament worlds, there was a fight caves entrance, and you could go into the fight caves with whatever gear you could possibly dream of by getting it off the table, and you could complete the fight caves. And during that tournament time, 105 people got the Jad pet. So that's really unlucky for those people because they didn't get it in the real game. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys learned something pretty cool today. If you want to check out Jagex Lottie's Twitter, the link is in the description down below. Now it's time for clip of the day. And today's clip of the day is from Euclidian. I'm not exactly sure how to say that, but he got the Bloodhound pet on his 5th master clue ever. Really sorry to that guy who's got 1,200 master clues dry of a Bloodhound, but this guy just got it on his 5th one ever. Congratulations, man. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching today's video. If you'd like to see more or enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like and also subscribe if you're new. And as always, thank you so much for watching and have a nice day.